Episode 3 of Your Dish, My House, French dip sandwiches.
Not just any French dip sandwiches, Cajun honey rub smoked French dip sandwiches. The reason why this sandwich is called a French dip is because a French dude apparently dropped the bread into the juice and served it to a police officer or a firefighter who was in a rush, and they ended up liking it. But that French dude was not in France, he was actually in Los Angeles, California. I've recently been researching my heritage and I have a DNA test on the way, and come to find out, I'm also an accident-prone French dude. While researching France and French Canadians, I learned about the French heritage that Cajuns have down in Louisiana. It's kind of a sad story, but pretty interesting, and I thought it was a perfect opportunity to pair TFTI's new Cajun honey rub with this sandwich. Now, naturally, I had to pair this French dip sandwich with some homemade French fries, and it was quite a process. I'm gonna make a separate video. There was quite a few steps, but they came out really good, and frying them in bacon grease was the pro move. Now, those chuck roasts have been smoking for a few hours inside my Camp Chef at around 225 degrees set on high smoke. I threw them into an aluminum pan, dumped in some beef broth, and 2 cans of French onion soup, some Worcestershire sauce, and some red wine. I don't know anything about red wine. My neighbors gave this to me, but it was French, so I went with it. Threw in some garlic, some thyme, and some more of that Cajun honey rub. Then wrapped that up in foil, threw it back in the smoker to braise and get nice and tender. And while that was braising, I whipped up this spicy horseradish sauce with some mayo, some horseradish, some sour cream, some Dijon, some lemon, some salt and pepper. Then threw that in the fridge to let those flavors come together. Next, we moved on to the watermelon. Apparently, according to TikTok, the best watermelons have the small butts. And by about that time, my Inkbird notified me that the meat had come up to around 200 degrees. I took it out of the juice, threw it in a separate foil pan, and in the Drip Easy blanket to rest. Next, we poured that braising liquid through this strainer to get all the onions separated from the au jus, gesundheit. And not French at all, but my friends requested baklava. My wife made that. After those chuck roasts had rested for about an hour, I pulled them out and wanted to shred them. They weren't quite tender enough to shred, but I did have a beautiful smoke ring. So I sliced those chuck roasts against the grain and then chopped them up into little pieces. Okay, back to the French fries. These have been sitting in the freezer for about 4 hours. Took that bacon up to around 375 degrees and got those French fries crispy. Hit them with some Randy's Rub Spirit sprinkles. Next, we toasted our baguette. We got our horseradish sauce on there. We got our meat on there. We got the provolone. I forgot the onions for the money shot. But anyways, we sliced those up, and these things were absolutely fantastic. I had so much fun making this recipe, and I learned so much about this dish that my friends, the Hortons, requested for Your Dish, My House. It was so awesome to see their faces light up when they took that first bite. We had so much fun hanging out. Show your friends you appreciate them. Show them that you love them. Break some bread with them. Stay tuned for the next episode of Your Dish, My House. Take care, guys. Thanks for watching.